Have you ever lost something so small that it barely seemed worth mentioning, yet it lingers in your mind for days? In Stephen Leacock's humorous short story, My Lost Dollar, a simple dollar sets off a series of awkward, funny, and deeply human moments. It's not just about money, it's about friendship, honesty, and the curious ways our small actions reveal who we truly are. Today, we will dive into the story, explore its humor, and uncover the life lessons hidden in just one lost dollar. Our narrator is an ordinary man, honest, careful, and reflective. One day, his friend Todd asks to borrow $1, a seemingly insignificant sum. Todd is cheerful, carefree, and a little forgetful, but he promises the dollar will be returned promptly. The reason? Todd needs it for a taxi fare to catch a train before leaving for Bermuda. Trusting his friend, the narrator lends the dollar without hesitation. He expects Todd to repay him upon his return. But as life often shows, even the simplest matter can lead to puzzling dilemmas. Todd returns back and the awkward dilemma begins. Todd returns from his trip full of stories and laughter, but the dollar completely forgotten, or perhaps Todd simply doesn't think to mention it. Now, the narrator faces a dilemma. How do you remind a friend about $1 without seeming petty or awkward? He worries. Should he hint? Should he ask directly? Or should he just let it go? Leacock captures this tension beautifully with gentle irony and humor. The narrator tries various strategies. He casually brings up expenses, talks about money in general, and even jokingly discusses the importance of keeping promises, all hoping that his friend Todd will remember the dollar. But Todd, oblivious and cheerful, misses every hint. The narrator finds himself in a comical limbo, trying to be polite while desperately wanting his dollar back. The humor comes from these failed attempts, which are so relatable. We have all been there, struggling to remind a friend of something small without embarrassing anyone. There's a subtle irony in this story. The smaller the dollar, the bigger the awkwardness. And the more the narrator thinks about it, the funnier it becomes, highlighting the absurdities of social etiquettes. Beyond the laughter, My Lost Dollar explores universal themes. First one, friendship and debt. Even tiny debts can subtly test relationships. It's not about the money, but about trust and care. Second, honesty and integrity. Small oversights reveal big truths about character and conscience. Third, self-reflection. The narrator reflects not only on Todd's forgetfulness, but also on his own behavior, wondering if he too has overlooked small debts. This shared human experience makes the story deeply relatable. Leacock's genius lies in transforming a minor incident into a mirror for human nature, all while keeping the tone witty, ironic, and charming. Leacock peppers the story with little humorous moments, like the narrator carefully calculating how to bring up the dollar or the almost absurdly indirect hints he tries. Each conversation becomes a dance of politeness and social tension. Even the simplest dialogue about currency, expenses, or Bermuda becomes a moment of comic reflection. So, what can we take away from this story? First, even the smallest gestures matter. A single dollar can reveal the quirks of friendship, honesty, and human behavior. Second, life's humor often arises from ordinary situations. Leacock invites us to laugh at human nature while reflecting on it. Finally, My Lost Dollar reminds us to notice the little things. They often carry the biggest lessons. The narrator ultimately lets go of the dollar but gains insight into friendship, integrity, and the amusing absurdities of life. Thank you for joining me today, children. If you enjoyed this exploration of Stephen Leacock's witty world, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever struggled to get back a small debt from a friend? Let's talk about it in the comment section.